the Vols get some kudos as far as being one of the top 12 offenses in the nation. Caleb, that's pretty strong to me on face value for having a new quarterback at the helm. Not new, but you know what I mean. What did you think of them being in the top 12? I'm not surprised, but it's reaffirmation to me that Tennessee's considered one of the elite offenses after all they lost from last year.
Yes, this is considered one of the top 12 explosive offenses in college football, and Tennessee being on the list does stand out. And it stands out in the article. This is by our man Brad Crawford 247. Dave, I don't know if you know, I gave the guy a hard time last week because he wrote some things that just had to criticize heavily. But this one is a good one. And what's brought up is Tennessee it's kind of underrated because yes, they lost Hendon Hooker. Yes, they lost Princeton Fant. Yes, they lost their top two receivers and Darnell Wright. But on paper, they returned 8 guys that technically started a game last year on the offense. So yes, they lost Princeton Fant, but they returned a starter at tight end at Jacob Warren. So theoretically, they returned 8 of 11 starters, if you really think about it. And when you really consider the fact that Cedric Tillman was barely a starter last year anyway, they returned both wideouts. So I thought about that, and the experience is there to suggest the offense should really pick up where it left off. Honestly, and Joe Milton's the big question, obviously. I think who replaces Darnell Wright at right tackle is a bigger question, but I still think Joe Milton is a pretty big one. But outside of those two issues, Darnell Wright and Joe Milton, I don't think there's a question about this offense this year.
Really, other than Darnell Wright, if you want to phrase it like that, I don't have a big question. And here's the other thing. You don't have a Will Anderson that you're going to play this year that you've got to stop. I don't know that there's an elite defensive end on Tennessee's schedule like a Will Anderson and like the kid from LSU. So, yeah, I think the Darnell Wright is a significant loss. There's no question about it. But I think they can survive that. I think they will survive that. I think what you're seeing about Tennessee getting named one of the 12 most explosive offenses, and I want to go through the list, it's one of two things. One, people really respect Josh Heupel and his offensive direction. Or two, it's people that were late to the party, right? So last year, they thought Tennessee was going to be like a 6-6 team, and they were better. So now they don't want to be late to the party again. So you're going to see more of this. Who are some of the offenses rated ahead of them? And I'm curious, is top 12 too low? And hello, everyone, to the message board. And by the way, my bell did get posted. I did get out of prison there in beautiful, where was I? Panama City. Go ahead.
So this actually doesn't take into account, this doesn't rate them, it just lists them all together. But other ones on there were LSU. Again, this is the LSU Homer page, apparently, Dave, but I don't think that's shocking that they're on this list.
No, let's go through the list real quick if we can. So I actually believe I'm not a Jaden Daniels guy yet. I may be at the end of September. I like him. So I think Tennessee will be more explosive, significantly, actually, who will be a little bit more ground-based. So I will say that Tennessee will be more explosive than them. You?
Yeah, I'll say they'll be more explosive. I don't know if that necessarily means the offense will be better, per se, but I think it'll be more explosive.
Agreed. All right, what do we got next?
Next, we got Washington, which, again, don't sleep on Michael Penix Jr. Again, almost ended up at Tennessee and had committed to Butch Jones back in the day. Just imagine the magic Butch Jones could have done with him.
Yeah, saved him all kinds of money on haircuts. I think they'll be more explosive than Washington.
I think so, too. Is there a thing with the Pac-12 North, though, where no, actually, I take that back. Because Pac-12 North actually has some defensive-oriented teams, Stanford, now Oregon. So, yeah, they'll be more explosive. Penn State on the list.
I'm not a James Franklin guy. I think Tennessee will have a more explosive offense.
But they are low. This is going to be the best offensive line Penn State's ever had. So, just saying, watch out for that.
I just feel like every 3 years we get jazzed about James Franklin.
Okay.
Who else we got?
Oregon.
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I don't know Oregon's personnel well enough. So I'm going to abstain in that one. Who are some SEC? Any other SEC?
Yeah. We're going to SEC in a couple of seconds. I was just naming them, but I'll tell you right now, Tennessee will be more explosive than Oregon. They have a defensive-minded coach, and you know enough about the SEC to remember Bo Nix as their quarterback.
Fair enough. Who's getting Heisman consideration for some reason.
This is wild. Now, this one threw me off. Now, last week there was another list that had Tennessee second to this team in the SEC in explosiveness, and I want to know where you come in, Dave, on this. Georgia's on this list. Now, I know Georgia's got a great offense, but I never thought of their offense as explosive. But a lot of people think it's going to be explosive this year.
No, but they actually scored a lot more points last year when Stetson Bennett came into his own. It all comes down to Carson Beck. And Carson Beck's more of an unknown than Joe Milton. So I would lean towards Tennessee in that regard. Georgia is sneaky explosive, if that makes sense. They're still going to run the football. Who else is on there?
Yeah, I'm dropping them, though, because they have a new offense coordinator by the name of Mike Bobo that I think every Tennessee fan should celebrate, and he's not going to be explosive.
No, you're not a Mike Bobo fan. The rest of the list brought to you by our friends at Zen Sports. Zen Sports is the new sports book in Tennessee, revolutionizing the way you earn sports betting rewards. That means no more deposit bonuses that turn into deposit nightmares. On Zen Sports, what you see is what you get. And with their cash rewards program, you get a lot of cash for a welcome bonus. Earn an unlimited 5% cash back on your betting volume for your first 15 days. When you sign up with the code HOOKED. That's right, unlimited 5% cash back. Keep betting, keep earning with up to 3% cash back on your betting volume every month after that. And refer friends as well, and you can earn a percentage of their betting volume as cash rewards too. Zen Sports bringing the cash back to Tennessee. So if you bet big on sports, you want to be betting on Zen Sports. Zen Sports betting just got better. Who else is on the list?
All right, so I think this is a living in the past name because it's Alabama, and I don't think Alabama's going to be on this list this year.
You know, I think they'll be more explosive than last year because I think they had a down year in skill position players, but you don't have Bryce Young who bailed them out. So, and I think they want to dial it down and be more ball control. So it surprises me that they're even on this list.
Yeah, I think this seems like this is who Alabama's been the last 10 years under Nick Saban. So we just think they're going to be that way. And I'm with you. I think that I think they're trying to slow it down a lot. And I don't think they have a quarterback to be explosive. On the other end, there's Florida State. I'm low on Florida State, but even though I'm low on them, I could still see their offense being explosive with Jordan Travis and playing in the ACC.
In the ACC, yes. The last words you said are the most significant to me. Who else?
Yes. I always Josh Heupel, Circle West, USC. They're going to be explosive.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got the Heisman Trophy winner. That was the one you were going to mention. That's really tough to make an argument against. I mean, you've got the Heisman Trophy winner. So who else?
Yeah, exactly. And then another one that shocked me, Michigan. That's a ball control team. They're not explosive, really, are they?
Don't get that at all. Don't get that at all. So how many do we have left? Because I've got Tennessee around the top 5 right now.
That's all 12. Sorry. There's two more. Excuse me. I misread. Texas on there. I am very low on Texas, very low on Steve Sarkisian, and very low on Quinn Ewers. And I want to address that later in the show. But yes, so Tennessee.
Quarterback issues, no way. So, and what was the last one?
Last one is Ohio State, and they have a track record, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, and they just have great receiver play. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. I mean, we know, but we don't know if he's going to be as good. So where would you put Tennessee on that list if you were ranking them?
I mean, in terms of explosiveness, okay, so the only teams that have a case are Ohio State, USC. That's it. And maybe LSU, depending on what system they run. I got Tennessee at either 3rd or 4th on the list of those 12.
I did too. I think they're a solid top 5. It would surprise me at the end of the season because listen, if Joe Milton doesn't pan out, they're going to make the move to Nico. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. You guys can jump on me on the message board if you want to as a Joe Milton hater, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think Josh Heupel would be scared to pull the trigger whatsoever.